Yeah, really disappointed how we played the first half. With how we started the game, to be quite honest. I think we completed 1 out of our first 5 and didn't get a whole heap better from there. So, having said that, we sort of dug in and defended really well. So, that's probably why we won the game in the end, and we completed a lot better the second half. And I suppose it was pretty much down the trenches sort of game. There wasn't many points scored. I think defence was probably the best part about both teams' performance tonight, to be quite honest. But anyway, like I say, it's nice to get away with the win, especially tonight with with Cameron breaking the record tonight. It's we'll all remember we were here that night and in Townsville, so it's always nice to remember that we celebrate it with a win as well.
Is he the greatest player you've seen?
Swallow hard. Well, I think so. Again, I don't. I don't like sort of making that comparison when when he's still playing. But I can't see him getting any worse, to be quite honest. He just keeps going. So I'd have to say he's the best player I've seen because of the quality of his performances over such a long period of time. I think that would be the best way to describe it. All the other players I thought, best players I've seen and whatever. I think that's the bottom line for all of them. We've seen a lot of quality players in our game over a long period of time, but how much quality they show for so long. He's been. I think the second year you played two games in 202, 203. He had a full year and he ended up playing a game in Origin. So I think that quality that he's shown for so long. To me, it makes him the best player that I've seen.
I mean, for 15 or 16 seasons straight, Craig's played more than 20 games in a season.
He's tough too. He's tough. Obviously, Mother Nature was polite to him and give him a body that's been able to. Well, actually, she has been too.
I was going to say, really?
If you see him with his shirt off, you probably don't think that. But but obviously, he's been able to, I suppose, absorb the rigours of 17 or 18 seasons of NRL. Which is unbelievable, especially the position that he plays and the size that he is, and he's a guy that's got a target on his head for the big guys from the other team. So to do what he's done has just been quite remarkable.
Greeny said it was a disgrace that the game wasn't called off as soon as Nene went down with the leg. What was your take on it?
I don't want to say it's a disgrace. I'm not quite sure what the protocol is there, or what it was or what it wasn't. But last year, we were pulling up the games for real minor things. Obviously, that's changed now. But I'd like to say I'm not quite sure why the game wasn't pulled up. I think it should have been. Again, without knowing the circumstances and without knowing what the protocol or the process is, or or how badly they were hurt, and obviously they were, Nene was, real hurt. So, but like I say, just from where I was, I thought the game should have been pulled up. But like I say, I'm not quite sure of, what the rules are there.
Craig, how did you see the possible line here?
I wasn't quite sure what happened. I seen Cameron get called out, that line drop out, and I just asked, the stats guy up in, because he's got the earphones on, and they asked Cameron, did he want to press charges? And I must say I didn't see the replay. I didn't see it originally, so I'd have to have a look before I comment on that.
2 close ones 2 weeks in a row. Is it nice to see you can grind out those wins still?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We certainly haven't been at our best. The Cowboys probably weren't their best tonight either. The Bulldogs played really well last week, and that was a real hard grind. But tonight was a similar game. We're not scoring a whole heap of points, but the positive thing for us, the opposition's not scoring many points either. So that's keeping us in games, and we've gone 5 rounds, and we're still undefeated. So you can't be too critical.
Having lost Billy and a few forwards, how do you rate this year's team compared to past premiership winning teams?
Oh, I don't really rate teams, compared to others, especially after 5 rounds. You ask me in October or November, I might be able to rate it for you. But like I say, at the moment, this team is, they're all putting in plenty of effort in the games, and we've had a couple of games where we've completed not so well. Tonight was obviously our worst completions, but like I say, I'm quite happy with the way they're going at the moment. But if we drop the ball again the next couple of weeks, or any time like that, I'm sure the opposition is going to make us pay dearly.
How do you see Sandor Earls return to the NRL?
Yeah, again, it was it's wonderful for our club that we were able to give him the chance tonight. His first touch wasn't great, obviously, when he dropped the ball and to play the ball. So, but other than that, I thought he was really strong. He was strong with his carries, and really determined to be aggressive with his running. I thought he was that. It's probably wasn't the ideal game for him, to be playing. He hasn't played for 5.5 years or 6 years or whatever it is, and to come up to Townsville early in the season, with obviously the pace of the game tonight, but also the weather conditions was always going to be a bit tough for him. But to his credit, he got the 80 minutes out. So we're really proud of what he's done, to get back to playing in NRL.
Can we move on to Cameron now? Well, otherwise we'll be here forever tonight.
Cam, do you get sick of breaking records?
Oh, no, I don't really think of it that way, Pete. It's just they're things that come along because of my longevity in the game. That's really the reason why. But the point scoring record, obviously, it's quite a special achievement. But you don't get to achieve those things without having some help along the way. A lot of help, from your teammates, and playing in some pretty special teams over the years, and having some wonderful coaches as well to help you along the way. So as I said, it's quite a monumental achievement for myself. But while you're still playing, it's not something that you sort of sit down and think about too much. Tonight when I kicked that goal, I was thinking tap the ball and go for 4 points rather than take the 2. The message come down from the coach, actually. It seemed like it was quite a strong message to take it. But you're mainly concentrating on your job day to day, trying to make yourself better rather than concentrating on records and milestones.
What about you're in the thick of it there with your gouge stuff, Cam? What he wants to say? How did you see it?
Just going off what I heard, I didn't actually see the incident. He was quite upset by what had happened in the tackle, and he was quite strong with what he was saying to the referee. And then the referee asked him again, did he want to make an official complaint? And I'm not too sure if Cameron actually knew the protocol there with something as serious as an eye gouge or biting, where you have to make an official complaint. So I just mentioned to him that if that happens, then there's repercussions in the next few days or week or whatever. And I just said to him, mate, have a think about it. If not, let's just get on with the game. And that's really all I sort of know about. It was sort of all post the incident.
Do you think they should look at it, Cam?
I think they will, going off past examples where there's a bit of an incident, or someone makes a complaint to a referee. There's no doubt that will be flagged throughout that game by the match review committee.
Do you think the play should have been stopped after Nene went down?
I didn't see what happened, but the Cowboys players were quite vocal to the referees about players being down in the background. I think for myself and our team, you're taught from a very young age to play to the whistle, so our concentration was obviously on the ball and looking upfield. But given the seriousness of a collision like that, and if you see a couple of guys motionless on the field, again, I don't know what the protocol is. I think referees probably need to take a bit of initiative there and stop the game, because obviously looking in hindsight, it's quite a serious injury. I think the referees and the officials do have protocols in place. Again, I don't know what that is. So, but if you see a couple of guys down and not moving, you probably need to pull it up.
Jerome Hughes had a massive game tonight. 2 try assists in the second half. Is it a case of Billy who?
No, definitely not.
Slater,
no. Yeah, Billy Slater. Yeah, no, it's absolutely have not forgotten who Billy Slater is. He's a guy that put our club on the map, to be fair, and done a lot of great things in our game. So,
Jerome at least.
Oh well, that's probably a more appropriate question. He was outstanding and has been all year. He has been all year. He's had high involvement in every game that we've played in. I think he's probably carried the ball 20 plus times in every game that we've played this year, and his defence has been rock solid. So he's doing everything that's been asked of him at fullback. And obviously our young fullbacks, along with Ryan Papenhuyzen and Scott Drinkwater earlier in the year, are doing a lot of work with Billy. And they're learning from greatest fullback the game's ever seen. And we're really, really proud of what he's achieved so far. And the biggest thing for Jerome now is to continue to try and build on what he's produced in the first 5 rounds. He's still a young guy with a lot to achieve in his career, and it's great to see that he's taken his opportunity and really has put his hand up to keep that -- 1 spot.
Cam, I know Queensland's team are doing it tough at the moment, but it must be comforting for the Maroons that Cam Munster's playing the way he is.
Yeah, I think everyone knows. Well, I think we knew fairly early on that he was a special player. He when Billy had his first shoulder injury in 2015, he come in and played fullback, and he was, he's only a young man at the time, and he was outstanding. And then I reckon the second shoulder injury Billy had, and again he went back to fullback. I thought he was probably the best fullback in the competition that year when we went to the grand final in 16. Now he's playing in the number 6 jersey and just going from strength to strength. And you got to remember, he's not one of these halves that he puts a lot of work into sort of counting numbers and positioning plays and all that sort of stuff. He's just a footy player. He plays his best football when he's relaxed and just gets the ball and plays what's in front of him. But he's been fantastic for us this year. He's come up with some really big plays for us. Last week it was the try off the scrum to put us in front. The week before against Penrith, where we didn't start great again like we did tonight. He got 3 steals and just gives us an opportunity to be in the game. And tonight he had some pretty good touches as well. So he's I think Kevy's come out and said he's the first man picked for Queensland. So it shows the importance he has in the maroon jersey at the moment.
Hey guys, I just want to finish with, I know Todd Greenberg come in and made a presentation of Cameron, and he said, about Cameron, he said, he's obviously a wonderful player, but he reckons he's a better guy off the field. And I think tonight there was an example of that. He had to score 1 point to break that record, and we got that penalty in front, and I sent down the message to take the 2. And I knew he would sway there on whether he should or not. I thought it was a good thing for our team to tie the game up, but also for him to get the points as well. But, you could see he was in doubt, or he hesitated because he probably thought he looked selfish if he did take that to break the record. So, a lot of other guys would just grab the ball and grab the tee and just kick it, but he was thinking about, what was best for the team and how he was going to look. So, anyway, just sort of share that story.
Thank you.